Hello, everyone. Yes, you are welcome to this live session. So, without wasting your time, I want us to go straight into what we have for today. Like we all know, Nigeria, every day you must have one or two drama playing out. So, Kano State has been in the news lately, and there is an update to what has been happening in Kano State. In case you don't know, Kano State has been having this battle as regards to who won the governorship election. And we saw that the governor was sacked, that he didn't win the election because of INEC's mistake. INEC failed to stamp some of the result sheets. So we keep calling Mahmoud, each time we talk about any court judgment, you see Mahmoud name will still come to play. So INEC didn't stamp some of the result sheets. So whose fault is it? But INEC validated those votes. But still, the court went ahead to sack the governor. And when they handed over their judgment, the written form of the judgment, it appeared that they upheld his position as the governor. They didn't sack him in that written judgment. So his lawyer has come out to say, they've asked them to return the judgment so that they can amend it, they can work on it. But his lawyer is saying that, lie, they are not going to return that judgment. They are not going to allow any correction to take place in the judgment because they know that the written form is even more powerful than the one that was delivered orally. And you know what is very funny about this? This man is using Tinubu stroke APC lawyer, Mr. Wole Olanipekun. Myself, when I saw it, I said, wow, this governor must be smart. He went to use somebody who is very close to the APC, close to the sitting president as his lawyer, and you can see him beating his chest and say it will never happen, that he is rejecting any call for an alteration on that certificate that has been certified true copy, sorry, that has been issued. So if they really want any change to take place on the certificate, they should allow the courts to do that. But for them to just say, okay, bring it back, we made a mistake, let's adjust it, he said, lie, it's not going to happen. So we are going to be monitoring how all this play out. Don't forget, there is I don't want to call it a protest. They said there is a march. APC has scheduled to march tomorrow. The same thing for the NNPP people. They said they are going to march against the Supreme Court, the appeal court, how they are messing up with this case, just like a form of expressing their feelings to the public. And police is warning that they shouldn't cause any public disorder. So that is it for that case. We are going to be watching keenly on how this all are going to be playing out, because it's really looking funny at this point, having Mr. Wole Olanipekun as his lawyer, and he was once a partner to the APC stroke, the Tinubu people, Now he's standing for NNPP candidates, for the governorship candidate for Kano State. So, and you could see him boldly telling them that he's not ready to bring back the certificate, the certified true certificate that they've issued, for them to alter it. That is not going to work. So we are going to be watching keenly to see how all this play out. So this one is really a breaking news. The Nigerian Law School places 5-year ban on Faculty of Law at Dati Ahmed Baz University, Abuja, for violating quota of admission. So for me, I think this has a political undertone, because anybody that is not on the side of the sitting president at this time, you face so many things. You face so many. This is some of the things that so many universities do. And, possibly they did not even allow him to tell his own part of the story, only for them to rush to place a ban on his university, the law department. So when you check this critically, don't be surprised there is a political undertone to it, because they know that this man He's somebody who is looking forward to a new Nigeria, and he's not ready to take any kind of thing, looking at what INEC and the judiciary are doing. But that Ahmed is somebody who has always been outspoken, and each time he comes to speak, it smells, as in people will be saying that they should send the DSS to get him and all that, because he says it the way it is. So what else will they do if not to look for a way to, you know, to like tell him to close his mouth? But he's a fearless human being. So that is it. Just taking you people through some of the headlines for today. So this is Wike, the almighty Wike, saying that the governor of Rivers State is an ingrate. This godfather of a thing. I don't know if you've watched the video of the current governor of Kogi State. When he got his certificate of return, he went to Yaya Bello, knelt down and bowed to him. Nigerians, to that extent, he knelt down to the governor, the current governor of Kogi State, to like worship him, to say thank you for fighting to ensure I get this victory, even though we didn't get it, genuinely. But for the fact that I've been given this certificate, that alone demands me to like it kind of give you all the credit. That's just what the implication is. So you can see Wike now. I don't even know how he planned this godfatherism for Mr. Fabura. What's his name again? Fubara. I think he planned it in a way that this man would just be worshiping him, accounting to him, telling him this and giving him all the information. But the governor has refused to being taken for a servant, and that is what is leading to all this. So you can see that the relationship is getting sour every day. For him to boldly come out to the public to say that he's an ingrate for all he did for him. You see, I just hope this teaches him a lesson that when you are leaving office, just kukuma carry your bag, leave office, and allow whoever is coming in to test his popularity. It's not that you will stay in office and use the public resources to do campaign and force people to believe in your candidate, force people to vote for him, and at the end of the day, you tell me that he won. Peter Obi will always say that you have not won if you didn't win the people. You must win the people. Allow these people to come out and test their popularities. But these governors, they want to impose candidates on the citizens so that at the end of the day, they will have this position as a godfather and be getting all the benefits that are attached to it. So honestly, things are not looking that good for these two people, because Wike has been shouting from the onset that he's no longer a kind of obeying what he's saying, that he wants to destroy his political structure and all that. But the man is like, he doesn't care about what is being said about him. He just wants to do what he feels is good. So that is it. So like I told you before now that they are planning this protest in Kano State. I just hope that it doesn't degenerate to something else, because the APC, I think it's the NNPP that initially planned for this, but the APC, their way of doing things. They just want to plan their own alongside with that of ANPP. Before you know it now, there will be clash. If they are wise enough, they are supposed to have maybe plan their own next week Saturday, or even on Monday if they feel, or any other day, and not the same day that the NNPP has planned to do their march, because know how the likelihood for it to result to something else is really there, and we don't want to see that happen in Nigeria, because as it stands now, the political atmosphere is really tensed, especially in places like Kano. Okay, this is just like an international news for those of you who are interested. Hamas fighters have released some abducted Israelis, their hostages. This is the second time they are releasing people. The first time they released just two people, a man, an elderly man, and a woman. Now they are releasing 13 persons because of the ceasefire. That's the condition for the ceasefire. So Israel told them that for there to be any ceasefire, they have to be releasing the the hostages. And honestly, this is a welcome news because these people who knows what they are going through. This is also from Mr. Ganduje, the current chairman of the APC. You could see that during his time, this man has always had, some strange stories around him. Don't forget the dollar video that once trended about him. And today he is the chairman of the APC. Don't forget tomorrow he might even come out to vie for the position of the president of Nigeria, because we Nigerians, we easily forget things and we easily like move on when things are not going well, once it's 1 week. And that's why these politicians, that's how they keep taking advantage of us, because they know that no matter what they do today, the outrage will be there for like 1, 2 days or so. Before you know it, everything has died down and Nigeria will just continue as normal, as if nothing happened. You can imagine this is a past election. We didn't even know that Nigeria, honestly, everybody is now like, okay, let's be waiting for 2027. And they will still plan a bigger coup then, on how to snatch these ballot boxes, how to snatch your votes and then run with it, grab it, and at the end of the day, they will claim that they won. So look at it, him employing secondary school children, students into this force, and some of them with forged certificates. So the thing is not even, it didn't even start today when you talk about forgery in Nigeria. No doubt somebody said it's not even just the president, Tinubu, who has this forgery of a thing. Go and ask these politicians to show you their certificate. You can't trace it to anywhere. People are so desperate to get into power, as in people want to get it at any cost, because they know what they stand to benefit once they get there. They know what they stand to benefit. Recently, we're talking about buying yacht for the president, going to renovate his home in Aguda. Not even the villa in Abuja. That one will be done. Then the one in Aguda will be renovated. And even if he leaves office now, do you know how much he will be receiving? Not just that, there was this news that even just few months of assuming office, he already has how many oil well. Anyway, that information I didn't verify, but it has been there on Twitter. So assuming that is true, now you get to know that, oh, this is even one of the reasons why these people are fighting for this political position at all costs, because they know what they stand to get. They know the benefit if they should assume those positions, that their lives, as in generation to come, everything will be fine, on their own part. So that is it for you in Nigeria. This is coming from Delta State. The governor of Delta State is still the governor there, as Court of Appeal dismisses APC's governorship candidate Omogegi's suit in Delta. So that has been put to rest. The person that won there remains the governor. So the northern elders are equally warning the Nigerian judges, and others. We are closely monitoring your conduct. Consider the consequences. Honestly, I know this is coming from the northern elders, but any patriotic Nigerian should be concerned on how our judges are really handling our electoral matters. There's this headline today, I think from Guardian newspaper, how the judges are just concentrating on only political matters because of the transaction that it involves. Nigerians, that should worry us. Do you know, if you are a businessman and you embarked on a business that has issues and you've gone to court today in Nigeria, nobody is going to listen to you. Nobody, because they have political matters to attend to. And we are calling on investors to come into the country when nobody is going to look into their matter if should any issue occurs. So it's really worrisome looking at how judges are not really, taking some of these things as the way they're supposed to take it. And then at the end of the day, the kind of judgment they even give will just cause confusion. Look at the political atmosphere in Nigeria. So tensed, so tensed, so tensed. I think today or yesterday, a PDP man was just, pied in Imo State. People on the bike just took him off this planet. So you can imagine, people on the two persons on a bike just took away the man's life. This is the same Imo State that we've been talking about. So the political atmosphere in Nigeria is not even what this our president will be spending our money going to from one country to the other, that in the name of wooing investors, because it does not worth it as at the moment. He has to see, as in work on the country first, internal cleansing, do something about the state of Nigeria, then investors will definitely be attracted. So I have this my uncle and my father here, Mr. Soludo. He said, despite being part of Buhari's economic team, Anambra Governor Soludo says Tinubu inherited the economy. So for me, I don't know where Mr. Soludo stands. You know, sometimes it's difficult to really know where he stands, because I think he's just trying to look for anyhow, where how to position himself for possibly presidency. That's how I'm looking at it, because the role he played during Mr. Peter Obi's campaign has left people like us, you know, with some doubt on whether he's really wanting, like, if he's just seeking his own personal interest. That, let me just put it that way, because he kept telling the world that Peter Obi was never going to get anything. But you could see Mr. Peter Obi being the one contesting that presidential seat with the current president. So Peter Obi made a very huge progress when it comes to, you know, how the 2023 presidential election went. But people like him never believed in Peter Obi, and he rather left Peter Obi to support Atiku, because Atiku told them and the people around him that if he stays there after 4 years, that he's going to hand over to an Igbo man. Don't forget, this has burned their promise. Any regime that comes in, Buhari will tell you, when I leave office, I'll hand over to an Igbo man. This person will come. They will just use it to woo voters from the Igbo speaking part of the country, just to a kind of entice them to vote for them. But at the end of the day, what will happen? Buhari was to be the last person to hand over to an Igbo man, because during his own time, you know, that hatred was at its peak. I mean, at its peak. We saw it. People were saying it, not even people from the Igbo tribe. They were just saying it, that the level of nepotism in Mr. Tinubu's cabinet, the regime during his time, was just out of control. And surprisingly, we are still seeing the same thing playing out in Tinubu's regime. There's this video of Dr. Agbati saying that Minister of CBN is a Yoruba man. This one, EFCC, is a Yoruba man. Finance Minister. You know, all those key positions are, if you are from this Igbo tribe, it will hardly get to you. So, but I don't know why that hatred, honestly. I don't know. For me, I just feel we all should really, these are leaders, should teach us what it means to be united people, united country. Let's come together and just leave this kind of a Milocon kind of government, because that's what we are seeing today. He uses his people to like surround himself, you know, apportion them to key positions, and then tomorrow you want to tell us that you are promoting unity in the country. That alone is already sending bad signal to the people who do not belong to, who do not come from the Southwest. Don't forget that there is an ongoing demolition in Lagos State. I mean, serious demolition. Possibly those people built on the waterway or so. But what will it take the government, I mean the Lagos State government, to just come out and address this issue? You know, people are seeing it from different angles. Myself, I don't like tackling things because it has to do with the Igbos. No. But I think it would be wise for the governor to come out and say it the way it is. Explain to the people why their millions and billions of naira are being just, you know, destroyed in their own presence. You will be given like 1 hour, 2 hours to get rid of your properties, because a house must be demolished, and nobody is giving explanation. These people are not receiving any kind of compensation. As I'm talking to you today, there's this market that was closed, you know, in Lagos State. Last time it was what was it called again? Where this electronic market, where they used to be. The other time it was another market, and today again another market was closed down because they feel a particular tribe is the ones, predominant in that area doing business. These things are even going to hurt the state directly or indirectly, because people are losing money, even the government in itself, because when people make money, the government will equally make money. So anyway, that's not even the topic here. I was just saying that Soludo, he was a part of Buhari's team, and now he's like trying to go close to Tinubu, and the only way he thinks he can do that is to say, "Oh, Tinubu didn't do well," when he was a part of Tinubu's economic team. So that is politics for you in Nigeria. Once you know how to play it, you play it, even if it's damaging your integrity, it doesn't make sense. So this is coming from Mr. Chidi Odinkalo. We all know him. He's a professor, he's a lawyer. So he's saying that, okay, so at real Dave Umahi, that's the former governor of Ebonyi State, left Nigerian Senate to be minister. Now you can see that Mr. Lalong wants to leave minister to become senator. So we don't know the kind of game these people are playing. He wants to go back to the Senate. I don't know how it's going to happen. Maybe the court has ruled in his favor. But what my own message that I got from here is that, see, these people will keep circulating themselves. They will not give room for fresh blood, fresh people with fresh ideas to come in to salvage Nigeria's current situation now. They will be there. He has served in a state. He was the governor, ex-governor of Plateau State. And we saw what happened in Plateau State in terms of the level of the killings that went on in Plateau State. This man was the one, as the governor there. He was also like, I think he was the governor, the leader in the governor's forum, I think from the north also. Now he has left office. He's been made a minister, but he wants to go back to become a senator, while Dave Umahi once left the Senate to become minister. So you just fix yourself anyhow, anywhere, just to ensure that the money keeps coming back. Some of them are still receiving pensions as ex-governors and all that. Akpabio was a governor, was a senator, he was a minister. Today he's the Senate president. And some of these positions, they come with a lot of a kind of what you receive even after you've left office. So you can imagine how much is being credited to his accounts on a monthly basis. And Nigerians are whiling away in hunger. Nigerians, when you look at how these our politicians treat us sometimes, you feel like crying. No doubt we need a new Nigeria. No doubts about it. We need a new Nigeria. So this one has to do with the CJN. We know that recently the CJN included the name of his son, to be sworn in as new justices. His son is one of them. I mean, the CJN. Now, look at one of the people that decided the Kano State case. He is a nephew to the CJN. Nigerians, see, we cannot run a system like this. It's only in Nigeria that I see people. Oh, you may not have heard when one of the ex-NBA leaders, president, was talking. He said some of them even changed their names. They forged names so as to come into all this position. I mean, we're talking about corruption in the judiciary. Some of them will plant their aunts, plant their wives, plant their children, plant anybody they can plant. So that once a case comes in, you will still have control because you have your person there. So you can imagine the CJN's nephew is one of those that decided this case that is causing this problem currently in Kano State. Look at it. And he currently added his son as one of the new justices that have been, brought into the judiciary recently. And people have been lamenting that the judiciary is where you have qualified people. They will be sidelined and people will just from nowhere bring in their people, even when they don't have the experience that the other people have. So how can we even build a country like this? How can we? How can we build a country this way? And the president was in Germany telling them that he's supposed to be awarded Guinness World Record, for the kind of role he has played in the political space, how he built Lagos, and that is why he was able to emerge as the president of Nigeria. Nigerians voted for him on the basis of his track record in Lagos. He was the same person that told us that I know many of you didn't vote for me, and in Germany he was telling them that they voted for me on the basis of my track record. So I'm just like, I'm in doubt if the person of Mr. Tinubu will want to allow the judiciary to be cleansed. There is a lot of things going on. So you can imagine that the CJN, his son is there now. This is his nephew, one of the people who decided the case in Kano State, and this is what is causing the uproar in the north now. People are worried about the Kano case because Kano is like at the center of the northern section of the country. So should anything happen there or should anything go wrong, it could easily split, to other states close to Kano, and that is why they really have to be careful the way they hand out this judgment. The governor is not at fault to have emerged, just that INEC committed their own offense and nobody has rebuked them. So finally, I want us to end with this video. I'll be sharing with you guys a video. This is Zamfara mining, gold mining. Nigerians, we have money. We have money, and these people are, incurring more debt for Nigerians to pay. Each time we have a new leader comes in, they are just thinking of where do we borrow? Where do we get the money from? How do we get it? How do we convince them? When Buhari came in, it was China. At a time, people were even saying that some of the contract China was signing for Nigeria was in their language. Sometimes they don't even understand. I don't know if you could remember. They don't even understand the contents of the agreement that they were signing, and that one day you hear that China has come to take over maybe the airport as they are doing in some other African countries. But I'm just like saying that the level at which our leaders borrow, sometimes should worry somebody, honestly, because when they come in, they don't look at the current challenges and start profiling solutions, giving ideas. How do we tackle this? They just want to go and look for money. They want to get money. Do you know this current government, if you know how much they've borrowed, even though they've not stayed long in office, you will shout. While they are borrowing, they are talking about how they are going to be spending it through the House of Assembly, through this, they will renovate this, they will buy this. I don't know if you know the amount of money those in the National Assembly will be making, taking home for their Christmas package. These are some of the ways that we have all these leakages that are sucking Nigeria dry. So talking about revenue, we've not seen this government taking proactive steps, to start ensuring that Nigeria generates more revenue. And even the little we are getting now is just falling into pockets with so many holes. So at the end of the day, people are there sucking out from the federal account, sucking out of it. And Nigerians, the ordinary man, is the one to pay, because they will bring tax and all kinds of levy, assuming you have a business. They will be bringing that. So this is coming from the Zamfara state. This is one of the poorest states in Nigeria. This is one of the states that, banditry has ravished. This is the state where we were told that the students have not taken WAEC for 3 years. This is the state. Look at the mining. I'm going to share this video with you, but I think you just have to just take a look at this writings. Zamfara illegal gold mining. The gold and resources in the north belongs to the north alone, but the oil in the south and the resources in Igbo. Okay, this one is making reference to Igbo land. Anyway, we are not talking about it. It has nothing to do with tribe. What I'm just trying to say is that the way these things are being managed, why is it that nobody is even talking about this gold mining as a way of generating revenue for Nigeria? Why is it only about oil every time oil NNPCs did not remit this? Why are we not talking about this gold? And when you come here, you see children, you see people of all ages, working in this kind of environment. And at the end of the day, okay, somebody tweeted today and he tried to quote how many billion worth of gold that is leaving Nigeria every day. Every day, leaving Nigeria. This is, they are like linking it to the politicians. This one, the federal government does not even know anything about it. But why are they not doing something about it? Why are they not? So just take a look at this video.
Wa kun ga ba wannan ne na aka canta kilo kilo
bari in mun koma mu zo da sai
kilo dan sagi shege ya san wuri mai kyau kenan
idan ku ba
kun ga yadda aka hituwa daga dagara mai sallasa guntattaki
ba mu ba da kuɗi mu faso da shi waccan Allah
wacce Allah ka
a to shi kenan sai in ba shi gara gara
yare
So guys, I don't know what I don't know the kind of deduction you can take out from the scene you've just seen. This is Nigeria for you. This is Nigeria. You can imagine the kind of just the environmental hazard is already causing. It's already an issue. Then look at the population of persons here. Who are they working for? Who is making the money? The state government is poor. That's why the governor that came in was lamenting on how the previous administration mismanaged the fund, buying vehicles for bandits and all that. And he himself, it has been found that he spends a lot traveling to abroad. I mean, the current governor of Zamfara State. I shared with you guys a picture yesterday where it was being said that he spends millions, just travel for his travel. Just how many months now that he took over office? But go and see how much he has spent. Nigerians, we don't even have a financial problem. What we just have is, managerial problem when it comes to our resources. And we also have problem with generating wealth, generating income, making money, revenue. We have that problem. And you see these our politicians, they are so old that at this age, their brain can no longer, really be that creative. You don't even blame them for that because it comes with age. But let them give space for younger people. Look at Peter Obi. If he's talking and he's quoting statistics, he's doing his multiplication and his plus, you'll be wondering the kind of brain that he has. At his age, he will calculate how much is being stolen. Give him the number of the barrels that is missing. He will tell you how much it is, depending on the naira, the exchange rate. He will just stay there and give you the calculation. He will quote other countries, their landmass and how much revenue they make in a year. He knows that for almost so many countries. You've heard him speak. But people like this, they will not want him to come to rescue Nigeria. They only put brains that are already aging and are tired. They are just looking for where to hide, cover up, with political position. And then allow a country like Nigeria to be going down. We really have a very big problem. We really have a very big problem in Nigeria. So guys, yeah, that is it for today. I don't really have much to share, but I think some of these headlines are really touching, and I felt to share it with you all. And then currently, YouTube, you don't really use people's. They're like giving me signals not to be using people's videos like that. Like I always bring up Arise Television and all that. I will try to analyze it because they capture it in a more comprehensive way. So when we bring it here, we try to analyze it, but YouTube is saying that they don't, their policy is always very strong. So they always penalize channels that want to contradict their terms, So that has led to me reducing the rate at which I bring up videos here. In case if you are not seeing it that much, just know that I'm trying to walk in line with the YouTube their terms and their terms of service and their guidelines, just to obey whatever they want you to obey, because it's very important to also sanitize the space so that they will achieve their goal. So we are here to follow them and to ensure we don't contravene in the way they want to their platform to be managed for them. So, guys, that is it for you all tonight. I hope you got one or two information. Dr. Tell wasn't here today, and I believe he'll be here tomorrow. He's always a busy man. He had an engagement, and he'll be finishing late this night, so he won't be able to. He told me he won't be able to make it tonight, so that's why he's not here. But no doubt he'll be here tomorrow, and we'll be here again to share with you guys some of the updates. So please just like this video for me. I need that support from you so that YouTube can recommend it for more people to watch. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell for future updates. And with this, I want to say a very big thank you for staying with me till now. God bless you. Good night.